Over to you, John, to introduce our speakers.
Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, welcome everyone to this meeting. We've got 3 people who are going to have kindly agreed to come along and talk to you today. So we've got Rebecca, who's from ELAT, who's going to talk about the great work that ELAT does, and then Tracy is here from Oswald Street Centre, and then at around 4:45, Angela from Ivy Street should be joining us if she manages to get here and make the meeting. So yeah, really looking forward to these 3 presentations. And Rebecca, you are up first. I'll be Rebecca, then Tracy, then Angela when she arrives. So please take it away, Rebecca. Thank you for coming along.
Thanks, John. I'm new to Google Meet. How do I share my screen? Sorry.
If you go down to, you see at the bottom, there's 8 sort of circular icons or logos at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it's like a square with an arrow in it.
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yep, got it. Perfect.
I think you just need to click up on the current slideshow at the top.
Present.
So it comes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So my name is Rebecca. I'm from ELAT. ELAT is the East London Advanced Technology Training. Quite a long name. So ELAT for short. We as our name suggests, we are an education and training charity. We are a charity. We are a learning community that helps people to move forward with their lives. We run courses in technology, software, digital media, English, maths, and TA, teaching assistants. We work with about 700 people every year in 3 departments. The departments are young people, adult learners, refugees, and migrants. I just want to take us back to 2019, which is still relevant today because we want to give everybody a fair chance. Now, in 2019, young Londoners were more than 3 times as likely to be unemployed as those over 25. And disabled people were twice as likely to be out of paid work as non-disabled people. And also we had 50% of the group we call BAME, which is the Black African Bangladeshi Pakistani Londoners who lived in poverty compared to only 17% of white British people. And at the time of the first lockdown in 2020, 7% of Londoners had no access at all to the internet at home. And on average, it takes 15 years for refugees to catch up with the employment outcomes of people who are born here. We also find that technology is an issue because 90% of all new jobs require digital skills. And more than 3/4 of UK businesses report a shortage in digital skills amongst their employees. And also 93% of tech companies find that there's a digital skills gap, and bridging this gap or finding people, 1/4 of them say that sourcing talent is very challenging, actually. Our learning module. So this is our learning module with the learner at the center. So we have the learner at the center. And what we do is provide them with the skills web design, software development, digital production, and IT skills. We also get them involved with the community through volunteering, community action, and or simply building a supportive learning community. We get them job ready or ready for the next step, which could be a better paid job, further education, or just getting a job, or just building their confidence. And then we also get them grounded in the skills they require to progress: English, maths, IT, and a mindset for lifelong learning. So who are our learners? Our learners, one group is the ESOL, that is English for Speakers of Other Languages group. They are people who have newly arrived in the country. They are asylum seekers, they are refugees, and they are also people who have lived for some time, some of them 20, 30 years in London, but have never engaged with the community. And as a result of that, they still can't speak English. We also have our sixth form college, and 20% of the students are actually neurodiverse, which is quite challenging, and they wouldn't do well in your regular sixth form. We also provide vocational courses for adults who have either they've been out of work or they are in low pay employment. So these are essentially our learners. And the courses we offer, we've got business administration, computing, teaching assistant, web design, software development. And for the Skills for Life team, which I'm a part of, we are mainly concerned with the ESOL learners. So we teach ESOL at all levels, and some of them progress to functional skills. Some of them take entry levels functional skills and then progress to level 1 and level 2. We also teach IT for ESOL, essential digital skills, and teaching assistant levels 1, 2, and 3. We also have maths for ESOL. And this year we've added a pre-entry class. We find that you don't get that many around because, well, I don't even know the reason, but for a teacher, teaching someone who has no English at all, placing them with people who have basic English and preparing some for exam, as well as trying to bring up those who have no English at all, is very challenging. So I think this pre-entry class is very useful in the sense that most people, when they go to a class and they can't engage, because invariably the teacher will concentrate on the people they're preparing for exams. So there's a huge dropout rate for the pre-entry. So this pre-entry class, I think, is long overdue, and hopefully we will have a few more of these. But at the moment, there's only one pre-entry class in Hackney, and this is they meet at the St. Monica's Church in Hoxton on Mondays and Tuesdays. We also have a conversation club for asylum seekers at the Holiday Inn Express Hotel on Mondays. And then we have 2 other classes also in Hackney. We have a lot of online courses as well. And we also have in-person classes in West and North London, and also in Tower Hamlets. But most of our courses are online. Now, we provide support. This is the support we provide: childcare, which our students find very helpful and useful, because if someone is new to the country and their children are young, she's not going to know a lot of people who trust someone to give their child to, so they can go to class. So the child care we provide is very helpful for our students. We also provide travel assistance for people who prefer to study in person. Some of them, well, because of the language issue, are unemployed, and also some of them cannot work. Not refugees, but asylum seekers. So this enables them to access our courses. We also have a financial and welfare support system. In fact, we have a debt advisor who works on Fridays. Her name is Runa, and she supports students who are struggling. Recently, we had a student who owed a utility company £1,000, and she didn't know what to do. Runa was able to negotiate a payment terms for her. I think it was £10 a week or something, and ELAT supported her with £500. So she was able to pay half of the debt off, and because of that, she was able to negotiate something with the utility company. I've also found this group very useful, these meetings, because I get a lot of advice and information which I pass on to Runa and to the teachers to pass on to our learners. Thank you. We also have a well-being service where we run workshops, peer support workshops, mindfulness, nutrition, exercise, anything to do with well-being. We also provide one-to-one support if a student is struggling and needs someone to speak to, or just to listen, lend a listening ear. We provide that service. We also have employability support, which I'll talk more about. Our classes are small, and we do a lot of community outreach programs as well to provide our learners with opportunities. Okay, so who are our students? Now, 76% of our learners identify as BAME, 29 as African or Caribbean, 23 as Bangladeshi, Indian, Arab, or Pakistani. But interestingly, I don't know why, but 67% of our learners, 2/3 of our learners are women. Our key achievements. So we've had 87% success rates in all areas of learning, and that is above the national average. We've also progressed 73% of our learners to higher education. Our refugees and migrants have reported increase in job skills, and also an increase in confidence. And 87% of our sixth formers have progressed either into work or further learning. And there's been a 92% success rate on our adult vocational provision. We aim, what are our
Oh, you've frozen there, Rebecca. I don't know if you can hear me.
Plans for the future, or our vision for the future. We aim to get 1,000 people. Sharing.
We lost your slides
Oh,
there.
slides there. I don't know if you were near.
That's fine.
Yes, I came out of it. Can you hear me now? Okay, let's see if I can do it again. Where did I go?
Just if you go to the bottom, the square with the arrow in it.
Right, and then is it showing?
Yeah, it is. I think you just need to go back into the full slide.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, I was saying that in the next 5 years, we aim to get 1,000 ELAT students into skilled jobs. I think the coronavirus pandemic is very relevant to what we've been doing, because when it struck in 2020, all our courses were in person. We had to move all our courses online, and I think we did that really well. We got everything in place by June, so that all our courses, all our support services were online. We also distributed laptops and digital plans and smartphones, so that nobody felt excluded. Now, we also printed for those of our students who had very low English, we printed learning packs for them to work on at home. And as a result, 92% of our students said they were either satisfied or very satisfied with the service we provided during the pandemic. And we also had more achievement and retention better achievement and retention when we moved our courses online. I think it's also because we could engage more people from around London. So these are our partners. Well, they are not. This list is not exhaustive. We have more partners, but yeah, these are our main partners. As I said before, we provide employability support, where we support our students we engage them on a one-to-one. We help them to build their CVs. We do an interview preparation with them, and we do job searches with them, and we get them into work. Now, I want to tell you about Hannah. Hannah was an asylum seeker. She came into the country from Kenya. She was living in a hotel with other asylum seekers, but she dreamt of becoming a nurse. That was her dream. So she enrolled on an ESOL course with ELAT. She got her qualifications. She went on to do IT for office, and then functional skills. Her tutor referred her to the employability support. The advisor worked with her and enrolled her, found a class, a course called Preparing to Work in Adult Social Care, which she attended. And through that, she was able to get a job as a carer in a care home. And as you may know, care work is one of the few, if not the only job that asylum seekers are allowed to apply for. So she got it. And then she went to this job fair for refugees and asylum seekers. And through that, she got a job with the NHS. So Hannah is one of our success stories. We also encourage our students to volunteer. So we get them to, we prepare them by doing an induction with them, training them on the job. And most of them go on to volunteer either in the community, or if they are on a TA course, volunteer in our classrooms, or at ELAT as admin staff. Now, funding. We have got, as I've said before, we have people from all over on different visas, refugees, asylum seekers, EU migrants on marriage visas. And so because we are a charity, we depend on donations. So we get our funding from different streams. Now, some of the funding is coming to an end. We need more funding, but people have also donated in kind, where they have provided classrooms free of charge. That has been helpful because we can then save that money towards either childcare or transportation. So that has also been very useful. But my request this afternoon is that if you know anyone or any organization that is happy to donate to ELAT, please refer us. Or you know any grants that are going, please let us hear about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks so much. Those really comprehensive, and so much to be proud of there in terms of the work that ELAT does, not just obviously on the sort of core function of the courses, but all of the other wider support you give your learners as well, which I think is obviously a huge part of the work you do, and actually enables people to access the help that is there, which some people can't for reasons other than, you know, lack of support in all those different ways. Does anyone have any questions for Rebecca around any of that and ELAT's work? Councillor Charlton.
Oh, hi, Rebecca. Thank you so much for that. It was really amazing, you know, what you're doing. I just wondered, do you employ any voluntary staff?
Through volunteering, yes, some get to stay. Yes, we do take on some of them permanently as paid staff. Yes. Is that what you mean?
No, I was asking whether any of your staff were volunteers, whether you...
Yes. As a few of our admin staff used to be volunteers and then they became employees. Yes.
Thanks, guys. Does anyone else have any other questions for Rebecca? That was 50-50. I'm going to go with
Titilayo.
Hi, Rebecca. My name is Titilayo. Really, that's, you know, really remarkable work that you guys are doing. I just wanted to know, how do people get onto the program? Is it by referral, or is it, you know, where do you post your your applications for people to access the program?
Some of our students are referred. We also run assessment days where we publicize to the general public. So if you attend the assessment day, then you can enroll. So we, through any means, actually, we don't have any strict way of doing it. So you can, if you need, I think if you do a Google search, you will actually find an application form online.
Okay.
And once you apply, we will get in touch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jenny?
Well, mine follows Titilayo's quite well, but hopefully we can include a link to your referral form from the website in the newsletter that we send out, Rebecca, so that all those on the
brilliant.
They'll have the slide deck and the referral form. So Titilayo, you should be able to find that there. But yeah, my question was about, once you receive a referral or you meet somebody in an assessment day, how does that first contact go? What does that look like? Because yeah, just you know, and it sounds like you help with so many different things. You know, how do you know what things people need help with to be able to offer it? I'm imagining there's some kind of conversation that must be quite broad when you first meet them.
Yes, when we first meet them, usually it will be a language student. They want ESOL. And so the first initial contact will be assessing them to check their level, and then asking them if they want to enroll on other courses like maths or IT, because we try to provide a holistic education. So it's not just about the person wanting the language. In fact, some of our entry-level students have gone on to find jobs. Yes, with local companies that need maybe a Bengali speaker or something. So it's not, sometimes it's not about their level of English at all. It's about what they want to do and how determined they are to achieve what they want. So that's very important. So the initial contact is about finding out about the person, and then thinking about how best you can support them, because they are adults. Usually they know what they want. So it's just about finding out what they want to do and then supporting them with that. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Genevieve.
Thanks, John. Thank you, Rebecca. And apologies, I still am not clear after Councillor Troughton asked her question. So do you take on volunteers to deliver your courses now? Are you looking for volunteers? Are you recruiting volunteers? Or are you only employing paid staff to deliver your courses?
Okay, with the course delivery, we usually use paid staff, but then we get teaching assistants to support in the classroom.
Are those volunteers?
We also get, yes, we also get volunteer English teachers who maybe they've finished their CELTA, they want some experience, they also come to support.
Okay.
But with the course delivery itself, it's paid staff.
I was just looking, sorry, I was just looking at your website and I didn't see any place for someone to say, if you'd like to volunteer with us, contact us, that kind of thing.
Oh, interesting. I'll note that. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks, guys. Unless anyone's got any other questions, I might move us along to our next presenter, which is Tracy from Oswald Street. I'm just looking around my screen to check that Tracy's here. I think we've got Tracy.
Yeah, I am still here. Sorry, I've just had to turn my camera off because the internet keeps going.
No worries. I was just going to just again, thank you, Rebecca, for coming along. That was great, and I'll share your slides in the newsletter. So yeah, if your Wi-Fi is up to it and you're able to talk for a while, Casey, then please come in now.
Yep, I will. My name's Tracy. I haven't had a chance to do any slides or anything for today's speech.
No problem.
So I apologise. My name's Tracy. I'm one of the care coordinators for Oswald Street, which is the only day centre run by Hackney Council in the borough. We accommodate for people with dementia, learning disabilities, profound and multiple disabilities, and also the elderly. Sometimes it can be challenging, and it's hard to find the right mix at times. But I've been there for over a year now, and things are working well. We've been open since 2018. Our capacity is, I think it's around 60 people per day. We have the Hackney Council passenger services that will pick you up from your house, bring you to the day centre, and then return you back home safely. We do a number of activities, including bingo. We do normal bingo on a Monday and music bingo on a Friday. And we also do this with our other head of service, who's responsible for 14 other schemes. So these schemes are self-contained flats within Hackney, so there is 14 of them. So they are involved in our bingo and they'll win prizes and stuff. The music bingo is especially good for those with dementia. It triggers memories and reminiscence. We have activities such as tack pack for our people that are non-verbal wheelchair users and have profound disabilities. This is especially benefiting for them through music and touch, and we've found a lot of outcomes have come out through this. We do bike riding along with Bike Works at Stratford. Their bikes are adapted so that wheelchair users can go on them. They have a number of different bikes which can be used to enable everyone to have a go. We do that on a Tuesday. It's either a Tuesday or alternative Thursdays that we do those. We are currently not running at capacity at the moment due to ventilation issues which arose during COVID. At the moment we have we have 15 clients in a day, so we're not really running at full capacity at all, but we are hoping to have the ventilation sorted by Christmas, and then we can go up to 60 surface users a day. We do a range of activities. So the guys will be picked up from 8:30 to 9:30. We arrive at the centre, they'll have their tea, biscuits. We cater for people that are peg fed, that have dysphasia, that can't eat and need special dietaries. We have our own chef that will prepare the food for them. And then they'll do an activity. It is mainly community centered based, but we do outside activities. And 3 o'clock we will start to load so that the guys can go home for around about 3:30, between 3:30 and 4:30. We are open Monday to Friday, apart from bank holidays, and we only close at Christmas for a few days, just for the Christmas period. Yeah, anyone's got any questions?
Thank you, Tracy. It sounds like I'm sure that it's a really positive and you know, transformative place for the people you work with. So yeah, it sounds like there's some great work. Does anyone have a question, Councillor Charlton?
Sorry, I've always got a question, haven't I, John? So what is the referral process for the centre?
Okay, so the referral is the person would go through their social worker. They would agree a package with brokerage. They would then contact Oswald Street, our manager. They would add them to the list. When they come to the top of the list, they will do an assessment to make sure that the centre is suitable for them and they can access, because previously we have had people that attended before COVID and their health needs had changed, and they weren't able, we found out that they wasn't able to access the bus correctly because they couldn't, or safely, because they couldn't bend their feet when in a wheelchair. So we will do an assessment before they get to the top of the list to ensure that they everything's fine, the centre's for them, and we can accommodate for them safely. And then, yeah, once they're at the top of the list, they will come and they will start.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, both. Jenny?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Tracy, I know that your day centre are doing lots of stuff to support the residents that come to the centre around their financial challenges, and I know that because we're working with you as one of our trusted referral partners, and I know that you're picking up on quite a lot of need there. And I just wondered whether you wanted to tell us a bit about that and how that's been, and I guess some of the challenges you're experiencing, or anything that you want to share. Yeah, that this group might know anything about. I mean, I had a similar question for Rebecca, but I'm hoping you'll stick around and maybe we can hear from all of you as a bit of a panel at the end. Because
yeah, I've been fortunate enough to work with Ross as well from the Money Hub.
Great.
We managed to access some vouchers, and I think they were for fuel and vouchers for the guys. The guys have been exceptionally grateful, especially during the hard times. I took one of the ladies to the shop, and she literally burst out crying. She was like, no one's ever done this for me. They are so grateful, especially the families who have or they feel secluded. They don't feel that they can ask people, or they don't know that they're entitled to these money. They've just been so overwhelmed. Like I said, I've managed to work with Ross, and I think we're on the second round now with you guys. So yeah, thank you very much. And you've helped loads of people. They are really grateful. Yeah.
Oh well, you're the ones doing the helping, and it sounds like the relationships that you've built really makes it feel possible to ask for help, or to talk about how difficult things are when when they might not necessarily speak to those of us working in the council. So it's amazing work, Tracy. It's just
Very definitely. And for some of them to even like some of them have even said like now they can have a proper meal, which is kind of sort of quite pitiful, really. Like, really, in this day and age, we're still living like this. It's, yeah, it's quite shocking. But I'm glad that through obviously reaching out and helping you guys, that we know that there are places out there and there are things that they can do. Although the warm hub schemes and places like that, they do find hard to access due to transport getting there, and wheelchair users, etc. So that was a hard one to try and sell them, but hopefully we'll keep persevering and hopefully they will gain a bit more from working with you.
Yeah, and can I just ask one more, Tracy? Sorry, let's move it. About whether you work with our lunch clubs, whether you have much to do with our lunch clubs, and whether any of your residents are able to get to any of the lunch clubs. I know that there's a whole network of them, and I was hearing more about them in a presentation the other day, and I was just curious about whether you're working with them.
No, at present I'm not. No.
Okay. Oh well, maybe that's something. Yeah, maybe we should be putting you in touch. But I think we've had. I don't know if we've had Rachel from HCVS who does the lunch clubs work on this meeting, but maybe we'll invite. So it's Oswald Street Day Centre, Genevieve. And
I will, we have got a leaflet. Sorry, we have got like a little brochure. We've also got a newsletter. So what I will do is when I'm in work in the morning, I'll scan one over and maybe John can add it to a newsletter.
Yeah,
Little details. Yeah,
that would be brilliant, because we know that it goes out to a lot more people than come. That people that can't get to the meeting do tell us that they take things from the newsletter and they put them out in they send them out via their WhatsApp channels, or they send them out in leaflet form, or so the information that goes out in the newsletter does get shared. So it'd be great if that's an open invitation to anyone on the call, or any things that you think we should be including. Please do send them through to John or Elvina or Abby. So I think we have Angela on the call. Thanks so much for managing to get here early, even, Angela.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for inviting me. So my name is Angela Large and I'm the Executive Director of the Ivy Street Family Centre in Hoxton. I'm being invited to talk about one of the things we do, which is Grow Baby, but that sort of sits within what we do. So I thought I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about who we are, and there's lots of names here that I do recognise, but quite a lot I don't. So so Grow Baby sits within the Ivy Street Family Centre, which was established in Hoxton in 1981. We work with families with preschool children and try and create a sort of home-like place for them to socialise, play, learn, and just build supportive relationships. We run a variety of sessions throughout the week and organise special events and outings for the families. Everything we do is to encourage mutual support and family bonding. So if it doesn't meet that criteria, we don't do it. I've been involved for a long time, and in about 2013, I wanted to add in more support for more vulnerable families with some practical help by offering baby clothes and equipment free of charge. So we set up Grow Baby, which had already been running for a number of years in a church in Kingston in Surrey, which was run by a friend of mine. And we thought we could sort of franchise what she was doing. So we started with a few boxes of donated items, and it's grown since then. There's a very long story behind this, but we are now in a new building with a room that has been built for Grow Baby. So we've got a lovely big room with lots of storage for lots of room for storage, lots of room for processing donations and seeing people. So the way it works is that we receive donations of new and used items from the community. we sort them out. We only keep the very best because we believe if somebody doesn't have a choice, they should have the best. We can wash items on site if we need to, and anything that doesn't meet our standards goes off to charity. And then we just give away what we have to people who need it. We do take referrals, what sort of people signposting to us, I suppose, really, from statutory services like midwives, social workers, health visitors. We also work with community groups like Bump Buddies or other play groups or whatever, Hackney Playbus, etc. Or people can just come themselves and turn up and ask for help. We keep some minimal information, just enough for us to sort of keep tabs on how many people we're seeing and what they take. Our motto is, if we have it, you can take it. So we don't sort of keep a waiting list or anything like that. It's just what's there on the day people can take. Any of you are more than welcome to come and visit and see how it works and see where we are. The main aim of Grow Baby is to make people feel comfortable and welcome. So at the same time as we do Grow Baby, there's a play group going on at the same time, and they can join that session. They'll get refreshments. If they've got children with them, they'll be welcomed into playing with the toys. We also do a simple lunch of soup and bread that day, which is a pay-as-you-feel deal. And the Grow Baby room now has room to sit and chat with people, and there's some toys for the children to play with, and then they get to choose the items that they need. We really love to give people the opportunity to think about their baby and choose items that they really like. And sometimes for some of the clients that come, it's the first time they've really had time to think about their baby. That often sometimes they're homeless, or they're sofa surfing, or they're living in temporary accommodation. And you know what it's like. They're just spending every waking minute trying to sort out all the practicalities of their life. And they come to us, and it's the first time they've really had chance to think about what they'd like for their baby. And we have some really nice, really lovely clothes and equipment, and we send them off with huge bags of stuff. If other issues arise as we're talking to them, then we signpost them to other sources of help, but we don't do what you might call an assessment. That's not our role. We don't see that as our remit. And sometimes we're often asked, actually, what do we do about people who might be taking us for a ride, as it were. But our philosophy is that it's worth us giving generously to 99 people who do need it for the sake of one who might be taking the mickey a bit. We're never short of donations. We're actually mostly overwhelmed with donations. Well, thank you, Jamie. And so we just try to be generous, and often we can't get rid of stuff fast enough, really, to be fair. If somebody's coming in week after week asking for a new buggy, then we would have a chat with them and find out what else is going on, because probably something else is happening, in that they feel it's like an excuse for them to come and get some support by asking for the same thing over and over. So yeah, it's building trust, building relationships. And I've got a very quick story for you, if that's okay. A young mum who was subject to a child protection order was sent by her social worker or somebody to come and get some things for the baby, and she was very, very nervous about coming in. And the first time she came, she only stood in the doorway, and she wouldn't come into the building. And we just gave her what she needed, and she went on her way. And the next time she came, she sort of came a little bit further into the room, and then the next time a little bit further, and eventually she sort of sat with half her bottom on the chair nearest the door, so she could make a quick escape. But after a few weeks of doing this, she was just charging in straight away, going into the kitchen, making everybody a cup of tea, and asking for what she needed, but being part of the community. And it was just really, we were able to support her through moving into mother and baby unit and all that sort of thing. So it's a very gentle, sort of non-judgmental relationship building thing, and the clothes are almost an excuse to get people to come to us for help. So that's Ivy Street and Grow Baby. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. Anyway, any questions? And as I say, you're welcome to come and visit. I'm very proud of our building and what we've managed to achieve. So I'm very happy to have visitors. John.
Thanks, Angela. Absolutely amazing. I think Rebecca was first with a question. Do you want to come in, Rebecca?
Thanks, John. Thanks, Angela. That's amazing work you do. You said that if someone is coming in every week to get a pushchair, then you wonder what's wrong. How do you monitor what everybody's taking?
Yeah, so prior to the pandemic, we had a card system, and so we would jot down very basic information about each person, and then we would jot down the date they came and the things that they took. So the next time they came in, we could get their card out, we could see what they'd taken previously. And we welcome return visitors because still babies grow, you know. And so somebody doesn't have anything at birth, they're probably not going to have anything at 1 month either. So, you know, we don't mind people coming back. Yeah, so that was the system. And then in the pandemic, we had to stop basically. And we did everything via social workers and midwives and we had some funding to buy things for people which were delivered. So we just did it sort of non-contact like that. We're reopening Grow Baby in our building, and we're hoping to do more of some kind of online, not online, but electronic record. But we keep a record of what we give out for each person, which helps us, can monitor that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keisha.
Hi. It was just to say that, is it mostly just babies that or is it children under a certain age, or just for like signposting?
So Ivy Street is preschool children. So anybody up to, I mean, they're quite little these days because they start school. So, but we would go up to about 4 years old. Grow Baby at the moment, we're just getting donations of really baby clothes, so up to about a year and a half. It depends what we get, and we would like to do slightly older, but I think in terms of storage and everything, we go up to about 4 years old be the maximum. But it's generally pregnant women and new babies. Generally, those are our biggest sort of clients. Yeah.
And how would we, so for example, would you refer family, or can they just show up, or how does it work? Like,
so they can just show up. We're open on Thursdays from 9:30 to 3. If somebody wants to have a chance to look at all the boxes, they need to come before about 2:30.
Yeah.
Or you can take our email and you can tell us about them a little bit if you want to, or
could you put it in the chat? That would be great.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'm going to put it'll be admin, because my colleague Claire Ray actually runs the service day to day sort of thing. So I'll put that in.
No, but it's really good. Keep it up. It's
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm very proud of it.
So,
Jenny, did you want to come in?
Yeah, I was quite curious where Keisha was joining from. Are you at the Homerton, Keisha? Is that where I think I saw in the chat that you were in the Homerton Safeguarding?
Yeah, so I'm based, it's Homerton Healthcare. We are an integrated team, but I'm based at Hackney Arc. I joined about five weeks ago.
Oh,
wow. So I'm new to the trust, but yeah.
Come and visit us.
Brilliant. Yeah. I would really encourage it. I'm going to go, and I've been meaning to. I've been very excited about it, but there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like coming to see a place. When you can explain to parents that you meet, but you will see a lot of parents who need a lot of stuff with kids coming out of Hackney Arc, won't you? So that's
Well, to be honest, I've got more of like it's more like I'll be supporting staff, like supervision and training. But it's just good to know, because when I do get like supervisees resources, that's why I asked how would, like, because they might come in with a family that, you know, like a new mom or pregnant mom who's, you know, got lack of resources. You can just signpost them to services. Yeah.
I just saw a comment from Abby Halver, is it? Are you the fostering team, did you say?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Go, Abby.
Yeah, so I'm part of the strategic delivery team in the policy and strategic delivery with the Borough of Hackney.
Oh, sorry. I thought I thought there was something about fostering. I was just going to say we in the past we have had foster carers coming, you know, when they get an emergency placement and they don't have many clothes for that aged child, they can come to us and we can give them you know, a pack of stuff. They can choose stuff if they're just really scrabbling around for clothes for the baby that they're fostering. That's another group.
That's great to know. No, Abby's working with us, Angela, so we'll be working with your organisation.
Oh, wonderful.
Community infrastructure organisation. So, yeah, it'd be good to, we're really keen to come out and visit either together or separately, or various, and same with ELAT as well. It's both of whom are funded through the community infrastructure grants that we're really hoping to have many of you. We've got Idias here as well. We've got Penny from Idias and Joycelyn from Shepherd Fold on the call, and I'm imagining that Joycelyn and Penny are both working. I know Penny, Idias have a lot of stuff to give away as well, don't they? And but I know that Joycelyn, you work with lots of young children as well as the whole family too, don't you? So
yeah, we hardly had young mothers that's sometimes struggling to buy few stuff for their kids, even sometimes pregnant and all that. So I'm really happy that and great for the work you are doing. So at least it gives us some ease as an organization to know where to send people to when they are in such a need that we don't have the resources to support them. So I will be in touch.
Yeah, because sometimes people get a grant for some major things, but it doesn't cover everything. They can buy, you know, a pram or something or a cot, but to buy enough clothes and muslins and what, you know, we have bottles, nappies, wipes, all sorts of stuff. It just helps to expand that grant that they've got so that they can get what they really need. That because the things that we run out of all the time are Moses baskets and buggies. You know, we just cannot keep them in the building. So sometimes people might need to buy that because we just don't have one. So
can I ask this question? We open food bank Tuesday and Wednesday. Is it possible to get a few staff for those days to give it to parents with the young people?
What, for us to send staff to you?
Yeah, I don't mind picking them up.
Not staff, stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, stuff.
No, I can't.
No, staff.
Not coaching your staff.
Like wipes or anything for babies, wipes, napping, anything.
I mean, we prefer people to come to us because it's all there. So we're
so that I can monitor. Okay.
Happy for you to send people down to us on a Thursday. Absolutely. We'd rather, you know, build a relationship with them, and then they know where we are if they need help another time.
Exactly. So do you have leaflets or anything like that I can have so that I can display to parents that will come over?
I will get leaflets sorted. We've just moved into our building and everything has to be done at once. But we do have there's a website. There's a very good website, and Grow Baby's on that, so people can find Grow Baby on the website.
Okay. Well, all right.
We'll include it in the newsletter, Joycelyn. So when you get the newsletter from John, the information will be in there, so that you can get in touch with Angela's colleague as well, because I know that you're working with so many people who could do with this, aren't you?
Yeah. Thank you very much, and well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joycelyn. Penny, did you want to come in?
Yeah, thanks, Angela. It's brilliant, and I can't believe how close you are to Fellows, where we operate from.
Yeah.
the newsletter, so sorry I wasn't aware of it sooner. As you know, we give away all different things other than food as well. Capacity obviously is an issue when it comes to the influx of donations that we get. We've managed to source some extra storage now, but still, I think if we notice anything that is in really good condition that we don't want it getting beaten around in the storage units, it would be good if we can bring them to you so it goes to the right people and
Absolutely.
they don't storage. Thursdays be a non-operational day for us for customers, and we more sort out our deliveries, but it would be a good opportunity for us to then set aside a Thursday to try and get things brought to you. Is it possible at any time, if we have a bulk of stuff, it can be collected, or does it always need to be dropped off to you?
We'd rather people dropped it off, just because, well, as you know, capacity, and we don't have a team of volunteers at the moment. It might change, but at the moment we don't have any volunteers, and we're very limited on staff capacity. So that would be better. If it was a huge amount of really great stuff, then we might make an exception.
Obviously go through it, but it'd be good to send Ina down one Thursday for her to meet you and connect and see the good work you're doing. And that means we can offload some of our donations.
Very great.
We help, and it's going to go to the right people. We'll also send some customers on a Thursday as well, because we have a lot of families coming to us, a lot of young mothers, a lot of people in situations that definitely need the help. Do you have any criteria? I think I missed that part. Sorry if you've repeated it already. Do you have criteria of people that you can't help, or is it just anyone?
We can't really help people with children over 4.
Oh yeah, but do you do no recourse to public funds? You do everyone?
Everybody is welcome. Yeah,
that's our policy as well, so that's good to
no, it'd be very the only time we'd turn somebody away is if they were violent.
Of course, yeah.
So no, everybody's welcome, and as I say, we have a very light touch on the information we take, so it's it's just really, if you come and you're asking for help, then we'll do what we can.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, looking forward to working together.
Great. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Brilliant.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks both. Genevieve.
Thank you. Great stuff, Angela. I was curious how many dads come in, if it's mainly women, all women?
Good. That's an interesting question. To Ivy Street, to the playgroup and that sort of thing, we do get the occasional dad. I always think they're very brave to come to a playgroup. But we have, over the years, we've had dads coming, and sometimes dads come to Grow Baby with their partner. It's quite rare, I have to say. Usually they're single mums who are really struggling. So yeah, it's quite rare, I'd say.
Well, and the reason I bring it up is I'm with Hackney Council and in homelessness, and we have many single dads in our temporary accommodation. And I'm just wondering, if they would be welcome. Of course they would be welcome. That was silly of me to put it like that.
Yes.
But, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just Ivy Street's always grown by word of mouth. So we don't have there's only few of us, and so there, a campaign to promote ourselves takes me away from doing other things.
But are you accepting volunteers? Do you like?
Yes, we would like. Yes, we do need volunteers, particularly like not on a Thursday, to help us sort the donations. They can help out with the playgroup if that's the sort of what they want to do. Over the years, we have had lots of volunteers. Generally, they tend to be people who've been coming to Ivy Street, so that the kids start school and they want a bit of, just have something on their CV that is a bit more, recent. But yes, somebody helping to sort the donations, because at the moment it's just about manageable, but it won't be soon because we'll be overwhelmed.
Well, good. Well, hopefully the word will get out.
Yeah. But yeah, dads, certainly we'd be very happy to see any single dads who are from any, the places you're talking about. Help them. Thank you.
Jenny.
Yeah, and if you've got any ideas, Genevieve, on what might help to support those dads to access it? It sounds like if you've got lots of single dads in temporary accommodation, they may well be those that are really quite alienated, you know, isolated from support, and maybe find it much more difficult to come into those settings. I also, it's great that Penny and Angela, you've made a connection, because I was thinking about, I bet Idias have some things that Grow Baby don't have for some of your parents, Angela, in furniture items, and I know you often have mobile phones, or you do a great line in those sorts of things, don't you? So keep in touch on that, because that sounds like it could be a good reciprocal arrangement. I just wondered, Angela, whether you could just tell us a little bit more about how Ivy Street works in terms of how it's experienced by a parent coming in for the first time who might be nervous. So thinking about one of those dads in temporary accommodation, how might somebody who's working with one of those dads in temporary accommodation describe or explain what they might expect if they wanted to come to a session at Ivy Street, to reassure them if they felt a bit nervous or if they weren't sure it was for them? How might we describe it as people that would like to make sure that families we're working with can access this?
Yes, well, we try and treat everyone as a guest in our home, like you would, you know, welcoming, offering a hot drink, showing them where things are. So if somebody was to come to Ivy Street wanting to get some help from Grow Baby, the bit, it's a nice, lovely new building, so it's a nice entranceway. They go through the door. There'll be somebody sort of around the entrance place, sort of helping to tell people where to go. And then our main space, it's got comfortable sofas and bright toys and a lovely big kitchen. And our play leader is always there, ready to welcome people. She might ask for a few details, but if somebody was really nervous, we don't jump at them with a registration form straight away. We just let them relax. Somebody might play with their baby. If it's a tiny baby, everybody coos round it and admires the baby. And you know, just trying to sort of find out a little bit without being too intrusive. If they're there for Grow Baby, often people are really nervous, and so they might just sit quietly for a bit, and then we would take them downstairs. So our Grow Baby room is now in the basement, where there's, and again, comfortable seating, and we just got some funding for a new sofa for Grow Baby. So that's good. So there'll be comfy seating, there's toys for the children, and we sort all the donations into boxes of age groups, and they're sorted into sort of neutrals and brights. And so for each age group, there's a choice of clothes, and then there's another one of knitted. We get people hand knitting stuff for us, and sometimes, like, say a dad came with a I don't know, a 1-year-old, he might not think of some things, he might not have thought what that child needs. So we're all mums, we've all been parents, we've all used Ivy Street ourselves, and so we might suggest something, you know, do you have one of these, do you have one of these? And we might talk about sleeping, we might talk about, oh, do you know this play place to go to, this play place to go to? So because we're all the staff used Ivy Street, we're all local mums. I come from a health visiting background myself, and our play leader was a nursery nurse. So, you know, there's a lot of knowledge and expertise within the staff team to really help people. And, you know, we've had people in tears in the room and all that sort of thing, because we just want people to feel comfortable, and we take the time. And whilst we're not overwhelmed with clients, we will carry on taking the time to make sure everybody gets that treatment. So yeah, I hope it's a really warm welcome. There's obviously always things more to do, but that's our aim, is to give everybody a really warm welcome and make them feel that they're being listened to. Yeah.
That was such a lovely description, and and now people can say, "Look, I've met Angela. I know she's all right. She's not going to make you feel weird." Or
hopefully not. No.
And I'm hoping, Jamie, I can bring you in after Genevieve, so you can tell us that, so it's on the recording as well. Because what you put in the chat about what Shoreditch Trust are doing, I think everyone on the call would love to hear about as well, even those watching the recording back. So if that's all right, if I can ask to bring you in after Genevieve's question or comment, then that would be...
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to take too much more time, but I just wondered if language barriers cause any problems.
Oh, that's a very good question. To be honest, yes, they do, but we're very good with Google Translate and gestures and smiles and hot drinks and you know, cooing over babies and things like that. So we have, yes, it can be difficult sometimes if there's a particular problem, but if it's a more of a general, I need lots of things for my baby, you know, somebody's like 9 months pregnant and the midwife sent them to us, and we kind of know what they need, and they go off with a Moses basket filled with stuff, and yeah, and we sort of do it all with gestures and smiles and, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh, well, you missed Rebecca's fantastic presentation on what ELAT provide, including childcare for ESOL classes. So
nice.
You check in the newsletter, Angela, for that, because I'm sure some of those parents, after they've got their Moses basket of stuff, would listen to you if you put them in touch with Rebecca in a similar way.
Yeah. Lovely.
But I don't I don't know if Jamie, I don't know if you want to tell everyone what you've put in the chat about what Shoreditch Trust are doing at the moment, just so that we've got your face and description on the recording as well, because they can't see the chat, I don't think.
Sure. Hi everyone, just checking you can hear me. Yeah, so Shoreditch Trust has been running a once a week lunch club for a long time now. I don't know how long, but we've decided to up it to 5 days a week. So this is a really nice, delicious lunch in our social enterprise restaurant between 12 and 2. All you have to do is show up and ask for community table lunch club. And the idea is pay what you can, and that includes nothing. And people are welcome to come as many times as they like. And just a sort of, I know that Christmas maybe feels far away, but we all know it's going to come very quickly, is we are doing a little bit of a sort of extra provision this year for Christmas, and we're going to be doing 2 weeks of 3-course Christmas lunches, free Christmas lunches for the community in our restaurant in December. So, you know, for anyone who's likely to be lonely and maybe not be able to get a nice 3-course Christmas lunch, they can come to Shoreditch Trust, and there'll be turkey, there will be a vegetarian option, and it should be really nice. And we'll kind of have the restaurant nicely decorated and things. We normally do about sort of 3 or 4 free Christmas lunches, but we decided to go all out this year and make it a 2-week occasion. So everyone's welcome.
Wow, that's amazing. Any questions or reflections for Jamie on that? If you don't know Shoreditch Trust, then explore the website. They do lots and lots of stuff, and we'd love to have you back anytime, Jamie, to talk about any of the other strands. And similarly with all of those on the call, I know you're all doing such incredible work, and we've heard so many connections between just those on the call today, haven't we? Molly?
Hiya. Yeah, just wondering oh, sorry, I think you said everyone's welcome. Is that correct? Yeah, great. Thank you.
Great. And you're from Groundwork, is that right, Molly?
Sorry, yeah, hi. So I'm the new community program manager. So I don't know if people know Claire Norwood. She's moved up into another position in Groundwork. So I'm filling her shoes, which is, if you know Claire, how daunting that is. But yeah.
Oh well, welcome. It's great to have you here, and we hope you'll come back. And then I think Groundwork did present to this meeting, but a long time ago now, so you're probably due another refreshed conversation about what you're up to. But yeah, thank you so much. So we only have 10 minutes left. We really appreciate you bearing with us. We'd like to open up the floor for any questions, updates, reflections, anything that anyone on the call wants to share or ask of the group. Usually we have a bit more time, but John.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here because I have been organising for the last few months some drop-in sessions for, I don't know if I've talked about this here before, don't think so. I've been organising some drop-in sessions for people who think they might want to be able to apply for the Windrush compensation scheme. So this is people who were affected by what was, called the Windrush scandal, and were affected by not having the right documentation because the Home Office at the time not providing it. So if you're working with residents who you think might be eligible to apply, I'll put the info in the newsletter. There are 2 remaining drop-in sessions, one in November, one in October this month, which is on the 16th, and then one in November on the 20th. They're at the Hackney Service Centre. Thanks, Jenny. They're in the Hackney Service Centre, and there'll be 2 advisors there who can give confidential advice, legal advice to anyone who thinks they might be eligible. So it's a really great resource, and has proven quite popular so far with the drop-in sessions we've done. So if any of you, are working with people that you think might want to get some advice, maybe they're not sure what the sort of eligibility requirements, or they don't know much about it, get in touch with me, or you can just provide them the leaflet and they can just go along on the day. They don't need to book an appointment. And just to say as well, despite the sort of most of the sort of high-profile stories that have been in the press about the Windrush scandal have all been I think they've mainly been sort of people with family history in the Caribbean, and obviously the name of the scandal is Windrush, and that obviously directly refers to migration from the Caribbean, but it's actually anyone from the Commonwealth who arrived in the UK up until 73. So other parts of the Commonwealth, people who've got family history in those parts of the world could also be eligible as well. So just to make that clear. So yeah, if they want any more info, give me a shout, and I think it's in the newsletter already. But it's a really great resource and great advisors there. So do promote it to the people you're working with.
Brilliant, thanks, John. Anyone else before I start picking on people to fill the last 7 minutes? I'm particularly keen to pick on Max because I've never heard of the Second Chance Cafe in Stoke Newington, and you've mentioned in the chat that that's where you're from. So I was no pressure. If you're busy with something else and just listening in the background, that's also fine. But if you wanted to say hello to those on the call, we'd love to hear from you. Hi.
Hi, Jenny. Yes. Happy to talk a little bit. I spoke with John about maybe doing a presentation next week or next
great
in 2 weeks. But yeah, so we're kind of lunch club, similar, open to the public, connected to the St. Mary's in Stoke Newington, the church.
Oh, great.
And it's we're based out of I'm here now, the St. Mary's Center. And yeah, we're from 11 to 2 every Thursday and Friday. It's all volunteer run, pay what you can be any amount or nothing. What else? Yeah, it's we've got a team, about maybe 50 people, maybe only 10 of those on a given day. And we serve about maybe 100 meals a day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we try to use upcycled veg, so it's fruit and veg donated from local shops, and that keeps costs down for us. It's good for the environment, kind of brings in local partners, so businesses are kind of part of the work as well. Yeah, but we're open to the public. Please spread the word.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you connected to our food network yet?
What exactly do you mean by the food network? Maybe.
So we have a network of partners, some of whom are on the call, who are part of our network of any organisation providing food support to residents, whether it's hot meals or community shops or food banks, are very welcome to join our food network that meet. Abby will be doing. Abby, who's on the call, will be doing lots of work with our food network, and it's a good time. We're working together. And Penny on the call over there is part of our food network from India's, and Joycelyn has been, I think, too, but also Shoreditch Trust. Not that everyone can come to every meeting, but we'll send through the details so you can see when the next meeting is, because it would be great to have you linked in.
Great, yeah, that sounds perfect.
Work with public health at the moment, thinking about how we can work more closely together across public health and our sustainability team, but also with Hackney Education and the food poverty in education work. So we're trying to, with Abby now in post, we're trying to join up some of the dots of some of this piece of work. So it's great to know about all those that are doing great food work, and we're thinking about kind of sustainable food systems. So I mean, it might be worth actually doing when Abby's just started on Monday, but maybe once we've got the work underway, we could do a bit of an item on food and have or maybe even next time we could have a bit of a further chat and bring in some colleagues on that. It's such a key priority for us in Hackney. There's so much great work going on. It's hard to keep abreast of it. So I'm really happy that John, linked you in, and look forward to your presentation. Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, that's fine. Happy to meet everybody. Thanks for including us. I see the link that Abby put there, so I'll look into that food network. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. So we're just about to wrap up, but thank you so much. I didn't even need to ask for good news stories because it happened right here. There was lots of great connections already in this space. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you so much, Tracy, and all of you for contributing. And I hope you'll come back, and I hope we all tell your colleagues that this is a useful space, not just another meeting, as I think it was Ali had said. It's not just another meeting that just keeps going in my calendar. It's actually useful, this one, because I connect people and I find out useful information, and but it'll all be in the newsletter. But if there's anything else you want to add into the newsletter about your services or things that you think that the network needs to know about, I think the mailing list is now up to about 700-800 people. So we're very happy to send it to anyone who finds it useful, and very happy for you to take away that information and disseminate it in ways that work for the residents that you're working with. Joycelyn, the final word. I'm glad you've stopped me rambling.
No, sorry, not one hour. I want to find out from Angela, what time is your open hours?
Well, Grow Baby is open on a Thursday between 9:30 and 3. We do like to finish at 3, so anybody coming who wants to choose some stuff needs to come back at 2:30 at the latest. But we're open. Our play groups are open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and now Friday morning as well. So it's all on our website. But Jocelyn, you'd be very welcome to visit.
I will see.
Yes, you can come down with me, Joycelyn. And Abby,
I want everybody to see it.
It's go together.
Very amazing.
Sounds like a good plan. I'll hold you to that. Great. Thank you all so much, and for all the amazing work you do to support Hackney residents, and really look forward to seeing you next time. And again, any ideas
bringing us together.
Oh, you make it a pleasure every time. Thank you.
It's amazing space and great connections. Thank you for your hard work. Thanks, Davis. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Everyone for curating so
Thank you.
well.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.